We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal revolution, ayy. Ordinal revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go par, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With shit seeing you go, be it's Ordinal revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live on the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be very fun, guys, because we have some data points that are kind of showing that we are going to actually start heading up now. That's my opinion, right? I've been looking at a lot of charts, and we're going to go over a lot of different things here from a lot of different people, and they're all kind of saying the same thing. Right. What we've experienced is very normal. We've experienced like a 20%, 25% drop in Bitcoin, which is very normal, guys. And I have charts to show you guys exactly what that is. We're going to go over some Odin.fun later. Today is Wager Wednesday. So we're going to be looking into BetBTC. And we have a lot to go through. So let's get this thing started. Without further ado, bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Iago B. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? So how you feeling with the crypto chaos and all the turmoil that's happening? And how are you feeling about maybe like going forward this week and next week?
Yeah, I think that the chaos creates opportunities, and sometimes it's hard to view chaos that way, especially kind of how the start of this year has been. But if you stick to your conviction, then you know inside that eventually, we will reach Valhalla, right? That's the whole goal, is getting to that point to where you can just kind of sit back, silently say to yourself, I knew it, or whatever, right? And you just knew that your conviction was right. But in between now and then, you got to get there. And so what do you do with your time now? Research, look at the charts, but like you don't have, if that's part of your downfall, don't look at the charts. Do something that's going to be productive, right? And give you some positive energy, because that's what I look for. For me, I do look at trends in the charts and stuff that helps me. But for you, it might just be researching new projects, really getting deep into, something that might be new in substance, because I think most of us believe with the Ordinal Revolution community that like the next wave is going to be a lot of utility and substance that's going to get a lot of attention, and you want to be ready for when that time comes.
Yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't agree more. Let's dig into the first thing today. So this is big, and a lot of people might say like this is stupid. Why is it big? But Nvidia to release Q4 earnings today at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time after the TradFi markets close. So Bitcoin has been following Nvidia pretty closely with their price action, right? So this is a daily chart for Nvidia. Let's take it back to here. This is the DeepSeek day. And as you noticed, like Bitcoin pretty much did the same thing. And the video went up a little bit after that as kind of the buy the dippers came in, and then they got pooped on, right? But then we've had, strong like week and a half there, and then just like Bitcoin did this past week, boom, down. But really strong day today, very similar to Bitcoin. So what I think is going to happen, 420 today, Nvidia has, I think they're going to destroy earnings. I think they're going to come out super hot. And what that's going to do, that's going to push Bitcoin back over 92,000, get us back into that range. And this is all my opinion. And I'd love to know your opinion on this, but I think we're going to have a really bullish day going into tomorrow after this earnings report.
Yeah, it actually kind of aligns perfectly for TradFi, Bitcoin, and Nvidia, right? To where like the FUD from DeepSeek shouldn't affect today's event, because that's going to be the numbers from Q4, which was previous to anything, right? And so I agree with you. I think that these numbers could really push up the TradFi markets as well as Bitcoin, and we could see a thrust up second half of today, right? And kind of heading into the evening and late night. Maybe early morning we have another pop as well to kind of really get things turned around a little bit. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't expect like going back to like 98 or 99,000 right away, but getting back above 90 I think is the next goal, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not really as much as like it's about the numbers. Numbers really don't matter. It's about what they say, right? I think this is the first time we're actually going to hear from them since the DeepSeek, right? So if they come out and say it's not going to affect us, like or something like that, and kind of push that DeepSeek stuff away, I mean, we could really see Nvidia fly up, which would bring up crypto, which would bring up Bitcoin and everything else that we are into on the daily. So I'm actually going to be probably listening to this call. I want to hear what they actually say about how Q1 is going so far. Q1 last year for Nvidia was absolutely amazing. They had the best numbers ever, and it's obviously Q1 now. So people are going to be speculating on how they're doing this quarter. So
Yeah, and probably if they blow it out of the park for Q4's numbers, that speculation is gonna be positive. So we'll see.
100%, man. All right. Let's take the next thing here. So this is a tweet from my guy, Benjamin Cohen. He said, "Total crypto market cap and fair value logarithmic regression trend line." So this is a really cool chart that he's been tracking for a while. And let's take it back here. We had this 2012 push up, 2014, boom, and then we had over here 2018, boom, and then over here 2020, which we know was very highly manipulated from the guys at FTX, but then we really didn't hit that line here. And then we had the same thing as we had here, right? Pretty much, I mean, it's just as long, if not a little longer. And if this, if history repeats again, we're going to see upward movement. And if it does, you're actually going to see my line here. So 10 trillion would actually be 750K. That's what the market cap with Bitcoin would be at 10 trillion, and that's what the price of Bitcoin would be at 10 trillion, 750K. And I do see us hitting this upward line here, and I do see us hitting in the back end of 2025 or early 2026. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely reassuring, right? To see kind of the lull in the middle, and then you see a little bit of the little bit of these jump ups, kind of the last quarter of the halving year leading into the bull run year, which you can see that 2021 was April, and then it dipped, and then November again, right? So that's April, that first peak, and then it dips down, and then you can see November in the second one. Yeah, that's April, I believe, and then the November one's right before that, right? So that's definitely makes, I think, everybody feel better. So thank you, Benjamin Cohen, for putting this chart out there, because a lot of people probably like, oh, it's so different this cycle. It's but if, we haven't had that huge peak there in terms of the Bitcoin price. I guess like peaking yet.
Yeah, 100%. But this is the cycle people are comparing us to, right? This 2017 cycle, 2016 halving, 2017, 2018 years, right? And it looks pretty identical. I mean, you can't like look at that and then look at that, right? It's matching up really, really perfectly with this last cycle. I mean, with
Yeah.
2017, not so much with this one, not so much with this one, but with this one, I mean, dude, it looks pretty identical.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? So you know how I told you, like, initially I was off because I thought it was Q4 only that benefited really from that bull run year in 2017.
Yeah.
But if you look at those two little humps in the beginning of that, that's the spring, that first one right
Yeah.
there. If you go to 2017 further, and you go straight up,
Here.
go up,
Oh, this
yeah,
one.
right, that right there. So I think that's like the April, May, kind of nice little
Yeah.
April, May, and a little bit of the summer, and then it goes a little bit, sideways, and then that's Q4 right there, right? And
Yeah.
and so, uh, that makes me bullish too, because like it makes me feel like, okay, at least we can maybe hope that we'll get some sort of upward as an industry price action, maybe April,
Yeah.
May, we'll see, right? Because if it happens like 2017, then which 2017 had a spring jump up. It wasn't as aggressive as 2021 spring, but still positive. Like, it was substantial. Obviously, the Q4 of 2017 was the
Yeah.
big blow off the top, and I'm fine with that. Give me a little taste here coming up in the next couple of months. That's all I'm asking for, just a little taste, some seasoning, and then I'll be cool for the summer and in the early fall, and then give me that blow off the top in Q4.
Yeah, man. I agree. All right, let's jump to the next thing here. This is a tweet from my guy Plan B. So he says, if we see a V-shaped recovery after the dip next week or so, then then that confirms that we are still in a bull market. Bull markets are full of 20% to 30% dips, followed by a sharp V recovery. So he's basically saying, this is very normal. This is very normal what has happened, and that kind of leads right into his second tweet here. Plan B. Sorry, I lost it. I can actually just kind of go into here. So he had another tweet that was actually really, there it is. So basically, he's saying that every single bull market has 38 to 20% corrections, right? So this is, again, he's comparing it to 2017. But look, dip, 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 dip. So he's saying if we get back to 92, that we're still in this bull market and everything is PG, and we're going to be doing the rest after the dip, right? So
Yeah,
pretty reassuring there.
Yeah, definitely. And it sometimes it like right now, I think it's hitting everybody like different because alts haven't done their thing yet, and these mid caps and micros really haven't done their thing at all, and everybody across the board, Bitcoin ecosystem, the AI ecosystem that was really hot on base.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a space in the crypto like industry that hasn't pulled back tremendously, right? Other than Bitcoin itself,
Yeah.
right? And so we haven't hit that alt season, that the mid caps, the micros at all. We haven't seen anything like that. So it stings a lot more right now. But seeing something like this is definitely feels better, because you're like,
Yeah.
okay, look, we're still on track, at least for like what Bitcoin's doing. And the hope is, in the spring, we get a little bit of jump up in these alts and micros and mid caps and stuff like that. And so we'll see.
100%. Well, these are weekly candles, right? So we've
Yeah.
had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad weeks, and then green, right? And then we had 1, 2 bad weeks, 2 bad weeks, like 1, 2, 3 bad weeks. Like, this is very normal to a bull market, right? Especially like he says here, 2016, 2017 bull market, which is current bull market mimics, had multiple 30% dips on the way. They basically have to get rid of the tourists. So they try to smack out all the new people to come in who get too scared to buy, and then force them to buy higher constantly. So,
Yep.
all right. All right. So this one is from Miles Ducher. He had a really good tweet and chart here as well. He's basically saying BTC price historically followed the M2 money supply with a 3-month lag. M2 is a measure of liquidity and has been declining since December, but has recently begun to inflect back up again. In history, BTC could follow the path to recovery soon. So this is the M2 money supply. and this is Bitcoin, right? So M2 money supply has been on the way up. As you can see, it's had a nice little decline. And now with the new president and stuff like that, you are seeing people start print money again. And, the pandemic is over. So people aren't as scared as they were at one point either. So and inflation is down all over the world. So the money printers are all over the place now. Do you see China? They're printing money like it's 2020 again. And now you're actually seeing an upward momentum, which could really take us into 2026 with all the money printers just printing out money, and then Bitcoin following with a 3-month lag. So
yeah, that would put us right at I just want to say the month April because it sounds quicker, but or sooner. But that would put us in late April. So I'm gonna say April, but May. It would put us in May for things to really start to take back off. So, which May's kind of the last month to really see like a spring, early summer pump up.
100%. GameStop CEO receives letter urging the company to buy $5 billion worth of Bitcoin as a reserve asset. So shareholders are actually sending letters to the GameStop CEO and telling them, hey, use that $5 billion. This is after he's talked with Saylor. So I'm thinking, after the talk with Saylor, they're urging him to say, yeah, this is what we want. What happens at GameStop stock if let's just say they put half of that, 2.5 billion of their reserve into Bitcoin? Do you think that maybe GameStop finally stops going sideways? Because they've been sideways for a long time, like 3 months at this point.
Yeah, so I think there's a strategy play here with this. Definitely don't put it all in. I would say, right? You want to see what the reaction is with TradFi markets as well after you do that. Probably also they're trying to figure out where an entry is right now. They're probably hoping that it goes lower while everybody else is hoping that it keeps, it rebounds quickly.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do see this as an opportunity, but I still think they need to play their hands right here. Do some. You maybe do like 25% of it. See what how the market reacts, because the market's probably not going to react until Bitcoin is like bullish again, right? And then people in the TradFi markets might react. You'll get some sort of reaction. I don't think it will be like super drastic or anything like initially. But if Bitcoin starts to do well, then of course you're going to have people that have more confidence in them as they have like kind of like this Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah, I actually think that GameStop stock doubles on this. They're around $20. I think they actually double in market cap because of the fact that Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy are one of the few companies right now where you can get exposure without getting real exposure, right? So GameStop, it's a meme stock, so you're going to have a lot of people rushing in who are in TradFi, and then you're also going to have like the people are saying, hey, what if they do what Saylor did and take out loans against GameStop, keep buying Bitcoin, and actually kind of repeat what Saylor did? I mean, this could 10x. I mean, Saylor did when he started buying Bitcoin. So why couldn't something like GameStop? I mean, at the end of the day, they both have kind of almost the same revenue, MicroStrategy and GameStop.
Did they? I don't know.
Pretty much.
I know MicroStrategy has a lot of clients that are like corporate style clients because they build custom systems, right? Like Oracle does. So, but I'm sure their focus has kind of shifted away from that as now they're just strategy with the Bitcoin B now, right? So, I think it's gonna be. I don't think you're gonna be able to compare them though, right? Because like it's a different stage of Bitcoin, right? They're not gonna be able to get as much. They're not intertwined into the Bitcoin community like Michael Saylor is, right? But I do think that if they start and they become like more Bitcoin centric and maybe they become like do something that has to do with the Bitcoin ecosystem, I think that could be like a really cool move. And in terms of their perception, I think that it will make them look stronger and I don't know about all like the kind of like the stocks and how they would be able to mimic Saylor, but I'm sure there's a way since he did it as well.
Well, GameStop has zero debt. So that's another thing, right? They have zero debt against the company. They have used this meme coin craziness to pay down all the debt and raise $5 billion. So they're sitting clean right now.
Yeah.
And once they buy a little Bitcoin, let's just say their stock 50% goes up, they're going to be able to reach into their piggy bank of shares and potentially take loans against them the same way Sailor did. I'm sure, Sailor would come in on as an advisor and help them buy as much Bitcoin. Dude, I think GameStop could be, MicroStrategy next cycle, right? To kind of where they are and being that Bitcoin company, right? Who knows? I mean, Sailor changed their identity of MicroStrategy basically to Bitcoin, and GameStop would actually benefit from that because at the end of the day, I mean, I can't tell you any reason to go into GameStop right? I mean, besides to go buy a system like a PS5 or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, my son buys games and stuff right on the PlayStation, just using. I mean, sometimes I gotta put a password on there so he doesn't just buy shit randomly. But I would buy everything through the paddle.
Yeah, I thought you meant like I can't tell you a reason why to go into GameStop as in like the GameStop stock.
No.
GameStop stock.
Well, I
Kinda
mean,
hard
you
to
could
say.
say it's a meme. It's a meme.
Yeah.
Same reason you would go into Doll.
Well, then you might get like a reason why soon if they end up adding Bitcoin, right? And they start becoming kind of like this Bitcoin known
Yeah.
as like this Bitcoin following the Sailor the strategy blueprint, Meta
Yeah.
Planet blueprint, right? And it's gonna be interesting because it's I wonder if we look back from 5 years from now and we're like the early companies that really put their conviction in Bitcoin are thriving at this point. You know what I mean? Like where that they didn't have to do like that much in terms of like business strategy except for like
Yeah.
invest in Bitcoin at that point, right? And that could open so many more doors if they get involved with the Bitcoin ecosystem. Who knows? Like maybe like Web3 gaming, payment processing, whatever. I don't know. But my point is that like 5 years from now, there could be business analysts on these business news channels and stuff saying, hey, the ones that put their bets early on Bitcoin are thriving now, and I bet you the ones that didn't are kicking themselves in the butt.
Yeah, 100%. And let's just say they take Bitcoin as payment. If you want to go buy a PlayStation, instead of sending your Bitcoin to Coinbase and selling it there, and then putting it in your bank and then going to buy it, you can just go over there, have your little wallet, and just send it. You can pay with Bitcoin potentially, right? Or let's just say you pay online, and it's okay waiting the 10 minutes, and then you go look outside, and you got a few days later, you have an Xbox or a PlayStation out there. I would love for them to take Bitcoin as payment, especially the Lightning Network and stuff like that. So it's another way for them to accumulate Bitcoin through payments.
Yep.
All right, moving along here. Bank of America to launch a USD pegged crypto stablecoin if lawmakers pass legislation, CEO says. So everyone's just waiting around for legislation, right? The doors haven't even. We're talking about the cycle being over. Other people, not us potentially, but like people in our industry are talking about cycle over. And Bank of America doesn't even have legislation to pass its stablecoin yet, right? So it's like. It's insane to me. Like, it's obviously we're going to have this bull market that is absolutely insane because Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the biggest players in the game haven't even been able to enter yet.
Yeah. I'm curious about this stablecoin, right? Like, I mean, Bank of America, which is one of the most like traditionally branded banks in the US, right? Like they've been around forever. And for them to launch a USD stable token is huge, right? So yeah, obviously, there's probably some good and bad, perspectives to this, or like points to some, corporate banking kind of coming in here. But at the same time, it's all about the capital, right? At the end of the day, like we need some capital that can move mountains to really start to come in here, and them being a part of this is one of the reasons why a firm or something would come into the crypto space. So.
Yeah. And the big thing here is you have to remember how much Tether is making. Tether is one of the biggest companies in the world, and their only real, monetary income is stablecoins, right? They make
Yep.
a fee when people go from cash to stablecoin. And Bank of America, they're sitting there, they think we want a piece of that, right? And on top of that, because a lot of times too, banks go bank to bank. They borrow from each other, they lend to each other, and also the Federal Reserve. So if the banks get stable coins, the Federal Reserve, instead of doing it the old way and just like wiring money there, a stablecoin send would be super easy, right? And this is
And
definitely
cost
probably in the
effective.
future very cost effective. I mean, it's going to cost them, I mean, it depends what blockchain they use,
Yeah.
but like 3 to 4 cents to
And
send.
they're gonna
couple
get
millions of
they're gonna
dollars.
obviously that's gonna be part of their strategies. Make it as cheap as possible, or like what's the point of them even entering the
Yeah.
space, right? So
Yep. And they could be on every chain, right? Like USDC on every chain right now. So except Bitcoin, of course, but we'll see. So this is the next one. Singapore's Metro department store now accepts stablecoin payments in USDT and USDC. Dude, Singapore, I just saw a tweet from Nakib basically saying he loves that his country is just way quicker than any other country. They are just on top of their game now. And let's just say you have some USDT on Ethereum or Base or whatever, and you go to a store, you're just, you're scanning that QR code, send. They're gonna say, okay, thank you, sir, and you're gonna leave, right? Like that is amazing. And what you're doing is you're cutting out the middleman. Who's the middleman? The Visa, the debit card, the MasterCard. You're cutting all them out by doing this. And I don't know if you notice, but there's some stores they'll go, are you paying with cash or a card? And I'll say card, and like we're gonna have to add 2%. I'm like, F you, like that's bullshit. But they do that, especially like the local pizza stores and stuff.
yeah,
Sometimes it's worth me going to my bank, getting cash just so it's 2% less. But sometimes I'll just screw it, I'll just pay the 2%. But like on like $40 bill. But still, I mean, let's cut them out if we can. Like why?
yeah. Well, I don't hear that as much, but I used to all the time. Where they're going to charge an extra percentage because they are passing the credit card fees down, especially with like
Yeah.
American Express. American Express used to be the worst,
Yeah.
and Discover was kind of bad too. Everything else that they typically would be okay with, but yeah. So this changes that whole game of doing that, right? And I agree with you. Singapore has been leading in the crypto space for a long time, right? You got a lot of headquarters there in Singapore for large entities that are in our space. And so I'm not surprised to see this, and won't be surprised to see more, and eventually, some of this coming to the US.
Yeah, 100%. But then, we had that story, and then PayPal. They came out yesterday. They were on Jim Cramer, and they were actually saying this to Jim Cramer. Yes, they said to expand PYUSD, which is their stablecoin adoption in 2025, with a bill payment product, letting 20 million merchants pay suppliers in stablecoins. Again, imagine just going. All you do is just connect your PayPal, which like a lot of people already pay in PayPal, and you're just gonna, instead of clicking like credit, balance, you're gonna have a button that says stablecoin, and you'll click that and you'll pay it just like anything else. Does no one, it just happens, right? So it's very simple,
Yeah.
it's very easy. You have PYUSD or USDC or whatever. I'm not sure PayPal is going to let you use other stablecoins or might force you to use their own, but still pretty awesome that you can just have stablecoins in your PayPal account and just click that little button instead of balance or credit.
Yeah. So in the hobby industry, a lot of people use PayPal, right? Because they'll go to like a conference or like a card show, which is huge, and they're taking PayPal as payment from these customers and stuff like that, right? And I noticed, from some of my friends that are in the industry that PayPal is making like the crypto integration really seamless for those people too. So they're starting to utilize stuff, and they're starting to accept payments for like these collectibles in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stuff like that. So that PayPal's been, they added their stable, but they also accept these other major tokens, and I expect them to probably add more and more as time goes along, because they actually have people right now that are in the world, like different industries, that use it. So I think it's gonna kind of fast forward some of this adoption. They'll be a part of it.
Yeah, 100%. Let's say you come across, your brother hits you up and says, yo, I don't know if you're interested, but there's a Jordan card super cheap on eBay right now. And you're like, damn, let's just say like you're like me and you keep minimal in your bank account, and you don't want to send $800, right? But you
Yeah.
have it in crypto. You're like, let me just swap it into PYUSD, send that to my PayPal, and then buy it instead of going from, again, Coinbase and getting raped on that and then having to withdraw there and then, over and over and over, fee. This is just, you pay the blockchain fee, they swap your Ethereum or whatever you have into PYUSD on, let's just say, Uniswap, send that over to, PayPal, again, a couple pennies, and then you send that to the person who's just hitting the button.
Yeah. So I will say though, as of right now, they are taking advantage of like the fees. So because they know that the regulation isn't hard on these kind of third party entities, and PayPal has been kind of doing that because they know that it's a convenience thing for like the collectibles people. It's not as crazy, I don't think, as like Coinbase, but they definitely are charging fees that are comparable to Coinbase in terms of I think it's more of converting. Like, so if I'm going to convert like, Bitcoin to something else.
Use Uniswap though for that.
Yeah. That's where you would do.
And then,
but I think a lot of these collectible like owners, like business owners, though, they don't think the same way as us, right? So they're just kind of using their PayPal and doing that like that. But I agree, there needs to be education within that industry and the future industries. Hey, look, you can skip, you can save so much more if you do this. You can save so much more if you do that, and that will come with time.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's like 3-4% of transaction if you do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just do it a decentralized way. Do it on chain. We got to educate people. We have to educate them that, hey, you don't have to pay this fee. Just withdraw, make the swap into your wallet, send it back. It'll actually cost you maybe 8-9 cents, depending on what chain you use, obviously.
Exactly.
So. All right, so this one's a little scary to me, but it also could be a signal for alt season. ARK Invest buys 8.7 million in Coinbase shares while selling 8.6 of its own Bitcoin ETF amid market slump. To me, this signaled something. This signaled they're getting out of Coinbase and getting into a crypto alt season ETF, which is Coinbase. Getting into Coinbase, they don't make a lot of money off Bitcoin. They make a lot of money on the altcoins. They make a lot of money on you going from altcoin to altcoin. That is how Coinbase makes majority share of its money besides being a custodian. It's completely other business, but their majority of their money is from swaps on their site. And you're not swapping Bitcoin for Bitcoin, right? So it's not like that. They make most of their money from altcoins. And this is a signal to me that ARK is actually getting bullish right now on altcoins.
Yeah. So do you think this move is more of a hedge as well? Because obviously altcoins, I see what you're saying with that. But do you think it's more of like the TradFi sector seeing Coinbase's revenue and they're getting into this and that's why they bought the shares, is because the revenue is going to go up because of the shares will go up because of Coinbase's books and what they've done and stuff like that, while this is kind of their way to hedge a bit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, to me, buying Coinbase is just it's basically buying an index of all the altcoins. It's not you don't want to pick MakerDAO over something else, right? You want exposure to the entire altcoin things, it's a sector. So you would buy Coinbase for that, because if altcoins are moving around a lot, and let's just say people are moving money in there, Coinbase makes fees, and if they're swapping from USD to that Coinbase makes fees. They're kind of, to me, this is signaling volume to come into Coinbase.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely expecting to, Coinbase to have really good numbers and stuff like that if they're going to go into Coinbase this way, right? So it is a little weird. They're coming out of Bitcoin, so it's 8.6 million, so it's not like a huge crazy amount.
Yeah,
but it's still. I wonder how much of they left. I'm curious about that, right? Because that number matters to me. If they've have depleted everything except for 5%, I'd be a little bit concerned. I'd be like, okay, but if this is just maybe only 5% of what they've taken,
this
what
is
they
probably less
hold.
than 5%.
Yeah,
to me, it signals a DCA. I think this is going to continue
instead of going into altcoins themselves.
Yes,
maybe, right?
Well, they can't. Okay. So this is all they obviously ARK. They can, if they wanted to, they can. But on the stock market, they can really go only into Ethereum. Right?
Yeah. Are those the only two that are live right now?
Yeah, that's the only two ETFs, and they can't even stake the Ethereum yet. So for ARK, who's somebody who's been buying Ethereum since 2017, they probably have it staked. They're probably sitting on staked Ethereum. They're smart, you know what I mean? But and there is actually news coming out that Ethereum staking could go live as early as next month, which is, you basically buy a separate ETF that you're actually getting a dividend. So the Ethereum stock shares you have constantly go up because you're getting that 4% to 6%, depending where they do stake. I think Lido 6%, but I think on chain 6%, but somewhere like Lido is 4%, depending on what they do. So
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge once they allow them to make the percentage. Basically, they're going to stake on their behalf. Look, a lot of these people will be just happy the fact that they get this kind of yield that they're going to earn, right? So I'm excited for that to happen because I think people are going to get really excited for Ethereum ETF once that's the case, and then any other maybe major ETF that has like some sort of staking mechanism as well. It can be integrated. So
100%. SEC drops Uniswap investigation. So we've seen it one every single day. They're actually doing their due diligence, looking into these things, dropping them. It's been all week. I've had something like this, but today it's Uniswap, which we both know as a decentralized place where they have a foundation, yes, but that foundation cannot control Uniswap, right? They are governed by its holders. The foundation isn't even a majority shareholder. So this is actually really good. It actually shows that we are growing, and the SEC, this SEC, actually understands the system that Uniswap is involved in.
Yeah, this is something that needed to happen, right? And so we've talked about this, before the lives and stuff. Is that you're going to see a lot of these frivolous kind of lawsuits be dropped? That they should have been going after actual like criminals instead of entities that have been reaching out to the SEC saying, "Hey, like we want to comply with whatever you have." So we'll see more and more of this happen, which is a great thing. They're just announcing it for the public to see that, hey, look, we're not the same SEC that you guys remember us from the past 4 years.
I love it, man. The three letters SEC anymore, it doesn't like make me want to throw up.
Cringe.
I actually enjoy seeing news articles from these guys. So
Absolutely.
all right, going to the next one. Bitcoin speculators sent $7 billion to exchanges at a loss. So that $7 billion that came into exchanges over the weekend was at a loss as Bitcoin crashed below 90K, marking the largest sell-off. This kind of goes back to what Plan B was saying, how we got to get the tourist out first before we can go up. And it's happened. So everything is pointing to this just being a very normal, very same thing as always type of situation where, a couple weeks down and then we continue our merry journey up to 700K.
Yeah. So $7 billion. Okay. So they basically were selling at a loss is what happened here, right?
Yep.
Wow. Holy crap. That's crazy. I know that like this happens. This is like, the pullback, but to see $7 billion, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, but dude, it happens, every single time. Like the people, they come in, they buy here, they sell here. They buy here, they sell here. They buy here, it happens so often, every single cycle. It's just repeating. But maybe sometimes it needs to happen. Maybe you have to learn from it. So either all in or all out. You can't just be in a little bit, right? And then just not understanding what exactly you're buying. And this Bitcoin is a 4-year game. It's not, month to month.
Yeah. It's just, man, it hurts to see that though. Like that many people have literally taken a loss on Bitcoin. Wow.
Yeah. 100%. All right. The next thing here. Remember yesterday I showed you the CZ tweet back from previous where he came out and he said, Bitcoin one day will crash from 101 down to 87. And he was right. Well, he posted another one yesterday. Predicting
like 1 million. Yeah.
Yep. So it was 5 years. It was like 4 years and like 2 months to the date of when he said it last time. So I'm expecting us in 4 years and 2 months, we're going to be over $100 million. So CZ predicts the tweet. So he's in his new tweet. Oh, damn. I thought the tweet was here.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, if you search him, it is up there, I think. But it was 1 million to I think like 800,000 or something crazy like that. I think maybe.
So he said it's going to drop from he quoted his last one. I thought I grabbed the wrong thing.
Here it is, right
got
here. Yeah, I'll share it my screen here, but if it lets me. Okay, yeah. So his statement here is says waiting for the new headline: Bitcoin crashes from $1,001,000 to 985,000. Save the tweet. So yeah, so this took 5 years. So what? This is 2030 then?
Yeah. January of 2030, we should see Bitcoin over $1 million, dropping down to 987, which again is kind of my prediction. 700K this year, trip down to 300K, and then by January of 2030, I think the next cycle we're gonna hit 6 million.
6 million, but that was going from 1 million to. But that was going from
kind of where we're at right now with 100 to 86.
You're saying,
right?
You're saying
that's the beginning of the next bull market. So
gotcha. So basically, it would be that 2029 Q4 having your push up that gets us to the million, and then we kind of carry that over to 2030, and then you're saying that 2030 year would be where the blow off the top would be 6 million. Woo!
$6 million, 60. Yeah, I think it's gonna be around 69. $6.9 million would be for like the 2030 cycle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So. Well, we'll see. We will see. Senator Loomis said tomorrow's first ever, which is today, first ever Senate banking subcommittee hearing on Bitcoin will be a big deal. So today, they're actually having a Senate banking subcommittee hearing. So I'm actually looking forward to this. I think if it's not happening now, it should happen in a few hours. But we'll see if she has any tweets coming out today. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Dude, Cynthia Loomis is absolutely amazing.
She's a G.
She really is, man. All right. Let's kind of get into that. Ooh, I'm not liking the way this looks. Let's look into the crypto fear and greed. So last week we're at a 44. Yesterday we're at a 25. Today we are lower than yesterday.
22.
Pretty close. 21. I'll give you that. So yeah, I mean, I hate it here. I want to get out of here. I want to get back over here. But yeah, we're sitting at about 21. So
you know what they always say though, once it like goes up that low, it's like, oh, we needed this. This was the flush out. And so yeah, we'll see how long it takes us to get back to where we were kind of in that middle range. But yeah,
it really was the flush out though, right? I mean, we just said that one article, 7 billion in losses, right? So went to the exchanges. So pretty crazy.
Yep.
But let's kind of get into that Bitcoin price action, guys, brought to you by the great guys at BitPerp. So bitperp.io is live, guys, and every single person should be going there at least one time and making one trade. You'll go there. We will actually put out a tutorial video on this. Maybe we'll get some time this week. It's real simple, real easy. And you basically just have to go to the button called Faucet. You'll get the 10,000 USDT, and you'll get a little Bitcoin on the testnet, and you're able to go long, go short, up to a 120x. Take advantage of this because every single wallet that uses this is actually going to be entered into the raffle to win some amazing big prize. Look out for their Twitter. They're going to be announcing this soon. But you guys, as Ordinal Revolution people, you guys know that you watched it yesterday, right? So they mentioned it yesterday. He said alpha drop. So it's the first time they said it was yesterday. So you guys get involved, guys. They are going to do an airdrop. I mean, it's stupid not to use stuff like BitBTC, like BitPerp, like Ordinal Hive, like Foxy, because they will be doing an airdrop, guys. A lot of our partners are, and we do this for you guys, right? So, and I'll be actually going to be doing this stuff, and any airdrop I get from those accounts, I will be giving away here live on Ordinal Revolution. So definitely check out bitperp.io, guys. Think Hyperliquid. That's kind of what I'm thinking these guys could become. I mean, obviously that's, a lot of things have to go right for them to get on that level, but I think these guys can get there, man. I truly believe that.
Yeah. I mean, the super organized team. We witness it, firsthand when we meet with them as well. So excited about that. But before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, if you guys could help us out, it seems like everybody's in Denver today. By the way, if you are in Denver, safe travels. Have a good time out there. Hopefully, some amazing news comes out of Denver once you guys return. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like for us on the YouTube side and subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed, turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, let's share the space, guys. Let's educate and onboard as many people as possible. And if you wouldn't mind sharing on the abstract side, and if you can share that stream link, that would be great. But let's get into some Bitcoin price action here, which has been pretty interesting overnight and this morning. But I'm going to start with the hour chart. So I've been doing something here. I've been kind of trying to see like how long with certain time frames, how long each kind of price, whether it's positive or negative price trend, lasts for, right? And sometimes on the short side, we'll see something that's more of like an hour and 30 minutes. If it's a moderate kind of sell down, you might see something that's like 3 to 6 hours. I know that's a pretty big gap, but at least something that you can kind of look at. And so I think that's something that I'm going to start testing out to see, like if that's something I can pull into my toolbox there. But anyways, in the meantime, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's see here. So yeah, so we actually overnight and early this morning kind of dumped all the way down here to about 80. Ooh, like look at this wick, dude. This wick got down to 85.3, which a lot of people were calling for 85 again. They were just like, okay, like we might probably see 85 again. Well, we did this morning, but then TradFi really, or the powers to be at 9:30 Eastern decided to take this bad boy up from 85 to that almost 88. It wicked all the way to like 88.5, right? So that was pretty drastic up and down, or down and up here. But we have since pulled back, and I think this is more of like a kind of the pendulum swinging back. You can see here on the MACD, it looks like we want to kind of just start the sell pressure. I actually see some chop happening. I do think like once the guys get back to their desk after lunch that we pop back up a little bit. I don't think we get super aggressive, but like maybe back to 88.5. Maybe they want to get some excitement going and maybe like 89. But then I think after that, like once that kind of part of the day is done, I think we probably see further down and play into this. I'm not saying like back to 85, but just more of a chop back down. Now, one thing that could change things is the NVIDIA information that are they doing a live call?
Yeah, it's always live.
Okay. Yeah. So they do a live call, right? So that information could pump up TradFi, and then Bitcoin could kind of positively react to that. If that happens, then this could be a short-lived sell pressure with the MACD for the second half of today, and then we might see some positive price action heading into tomorrow. Maybe that $90,000 range. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm really trying to learn as much from the data. Going back and seeing what the data has been telling me. Which for me, I love to do that. You guys know I'm an analytics person, and it doesn't always work to a T, because that's not how you should use analytics anyways. I got to remind myself sometimes of that. You should just see it as like trends or rhyming, but nothing concrete, because there's always volatility in the markets. But anyways, second half of today, I would probably say, like I said, chop, maybe see 88, 88.5 back to like 86.5, something like with that range, with a possibility of Bitcoin responding positively to some positive NVIDIA news for the TradFi markets there, because it does correlate a bit with NVIDIA for some reason. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for the hour chart. Let's get into the 4-hour chart here, guys. The 4-hour chart for me, I do tend to look at it for a 2 to 3 day forecast, so something that would be like heading right into the weekend. But when it's so volatile as Bitcoin has been, it really depends on the shorter time frames, right? Like the hour chart. Even sometimes I'll look at the 30-minute chart. But this could play into like that red sell pressure on the hour chart. So it looks like it's getting weaker here on the 4-hour chart. But if let's just say like NVIDIA's numbers aren't good, and second half of today Bitcoin decides, okay, I'm gonna take it down further, we go past 85, right? Then obviously we're gonna see something that's not great on the 4-hour chart and probably not great heading into the weekend, honestly. But typically whenever the market isn't as volatile, I like the 4-hour chart because it gives me a little bit of insight for the next 2 days, right? But right now it's just so volatile that like I'd rather rely on a shorter term kind of price action and trends, which is the hour chart. So we're gonna kind of have to see how the rest of today plays out. But if we do see some positive price action, that could be good heading into the weekend. So that's what I'm seeing right now. And there's a couple of comments in here. Well, there's one right here. Myself says, don't leverage trade, people. If you really want to, paper trade first until you develop an edge. I agree with that 1,000%. Look, leverage and perpetual DEX it's a high risk environment, right? So if you have an opportunity, which right now you do with BitPerp, to trade paper, do so. Practice, So I'm actually going to pull that up right now and see if I can bring up the BitPerp chart here.
When you're ready, I took you down just in case.
Okay, yeah, I got it gone. Okay,
got it?
You can
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so all you got to do is go to bitperp.io. You can add your MetaMask wallet there. It will give you automatic RPC information for Botonix's RPC information for their testnet. And then you will hit faucet right here. And then there'll be an option for you to claim 10,000 USDT. You do that. It's paper trading USDT. And there's also a claim for a Bitcoin as well. So you can do both of them. You might need to do the Bitcoin one first, so you have some testnet Bitcoin gas to be able to do the USDT claim. But anyways, once you have that in there, so like I said, I think that once these guys come back from lunch, I think that we're going to see a little bit of a pop here. But man, I really don't want to take a position right now, but I'm going to because we're on the show. Because this is the hour chart though, so it doesn't. This might look worse than it is. Like a lot of times I use like the 10-minute chart to try to find a position. But let me see if I can do that actually. Nope. I'll use the 5-minute and be degen here. All right, cool. Yes, game on. You can see right now my degen hat is on. I'm ready to take a strong, long position here. You can see this MACD. Don't follow me, by the way. This is very degen and risky, what I'm about to do. But you can see the MACD is starting to weaken here. We have just barely got out of like the oversold territory on the stochastics. Let's take a long position here. I'm going to take out of my $7,000 left because I got liquidated of $3,000 already. I'm gonna do a $2,500 long position here. How much do I want to do? I'm gonna do something a little. This is risky as heck. 20x, guys. Let me be a little bit more responsible for the viewers here. I'm gonna do a 10.
Oh, come on,
I'm gonna do a 10x
paper money.
I'm gonna do a 10x. Well, this is what I just told them. Oh, glad I didn't take it before this happened. You see it right there. That dump just came in. Wow. Yeah, I don't have all the time in the day, so I'm gonna stick with this because I'm out. There it is. All right, so I'm gonna take this position here, and I'm gonna approve that. And bam! I just got liquidated. No, I'm just kidding.
And let's go.
Yeah. All right, so it is taking a little bit. It's just loading up here. But yeah, so that's what you would do though. So my MetaMask just pulled up and it asked me to confirm there. And it will eventually show up here in the act there. You can see right there. Wow, goodness gracious, what price did they give me? 87,625. 87,625. I'm seeing 89. Okay, so this is obviously something's going on with that. I gotta check that here in a little bit. Oh, it's the trading view that's off. It's not matching up here. Okay. So anyway, so that is basically how you take your position, right? And you can go there right now. And as soon as you take a trade right now, for my wallet address, I got entered in a raffle to win the BTP, some amount of the BTP token, which is the BitPerp token. And you'll be able to receive that at their TGE if you win the raffle there. But that is how you use the platform right now for the paper trading competition, guys.
Yep. And we're gonna do a full tutorial on this. We'll probably have it out later this week. It's only gonna take us a few minutes because it's really simple. But that way you guys can watch it real quickly and know exactly what you're doing before you have to do it. So yeah, but should be good. But yeah, man, let's kind of get into today's roll call. We have a new number one. Congratulations, Malam Yuri. You are legendary, and today is your day, Malam. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for being here every single day, and congratulations on being first. Let me actually show my screen here. Malam got their first one. So shout out to you, my friend. WebDro yesterday with 9 legendary. So I know some of you guys did get wiped out yesterday. That's just how the game is played. It's not done by us. It's random by YouTube. I don't know why they do it or when they do it, or I don't know. I don't get it, but it happens. But today I usually get them at the desk at like 8:30, and that's who's sitting there, number one. So congratulations to you.
Yep.
All right, second place today was WebDro. He says Malam takes the win. Reaper reaped Mats. Oh, poor Mats. I'm sorry, bro. PJNZ says hello again. Shout out to PJNZ, Peanut Butter Jelly Time himself. WebDro, he says PJNZ, a great win on BetBTC 110 versus 90. I really messed up that one. Yeah, I actually took the 90 as well. We were talking to the guys this morning from the team, and they said, Shizzy, you did good on that one. I was like, yeah, I took that bet. So, ASAP Benji says, so, Mr. Yagabi, what if the market turmoil is as a result of Bybit hack? I meant it's the highest in crypto. Just a wide guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that had a kickoff to things. I was surprised that Bitcoin actually didn't dump right when that happened that day. Even over the weekend, it sustained like it had some stability. And then everybody just said, okay, Monday we'll go ahead and but it does seem like this was like a cascade of events at the perfect time to create this fear for people to take the typical cycle losses on Bitcoin, right? It's like, okay, let's go ahead and get that minus 30% of what all these new people thought that they would make on Bitcoin, but they got too scared and sold it too early. They'll learn from it, like you said, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's tuition at the end of the day, right? So, everyone has to pay the price of tuition. I mean, as you're learning, some people might have to pay a lot more tuition than others, right? Depending on the decisions and consequences of those decisions. But at the end of the day, you'll learn that holding Bitcoin for 4 to 8 years is probably a win-win. Or, I mean, honestly, forever, but 4 to 8 years before you take profit. Nighthawk says, GM buddy. What's up? What's up, Nighthawk? Thank you so much, man. Malam says, yo. I absolutely love the market right now. Unfortunately. Yeah, that is, yeah. I mean, if you have money on the sideline,
exactly.
So
that's the thing.
Our guy Cheedy, shout out to Cheedy, man. Absolutely legendary. I love his blue suit, bro. I mean, his picture just makes me so happy. Shout out to Cheedy. Steamy J is here. Says, yo, GM, lots of cooks on Odin fun.
We've been hearing that.
With the market nuking. So, but the only cooks I'm seeing are the Bob coins, right? Are the coins that Bob was
like
the devil one.
Like the big cooks. I mean,
yeah.
I honestly, I was in some tokens that I just kind of wrote off because things were not looking good, and pleasant to my surprise, they rebounded. So even though they're not like crazy like the Odin dog or Odin cat, the other coins have benefited not as much as those two, but they have benefited and jumped back up. So we'll see if they can actually like get into that next bracket, though. That's the thing, because I will say Bob's balls has been like hurt big. But you know that's like you know what I mean.
I'm buying it right now because that exact.
Like, what was the highest market cap for Bob's balls? Wasn't it like
750K?
Okay, so that's one of the Bob's tokens, right? Like, is that
no? That's not one of Bob's dev tokens, though.
Who made it?
I don't know.
Weird.
Why would Bob make his own balls?
I mean, why would someone else make that? That's weird.
Because it's funny, and it gets people like me and you to say it on our show. So,
There's along here.
Shout out to Anagi, man, my guy, legendary. Choda We are in the bull market, guys. Dips are for buying. Yes, Choda gets it. And then Albert, one of my favorite people to hear, man. Guys, I'm broke. I'm sorry, man, but stick with us, man. You'll actually make some money. I promise you. And he says, I've been wiped out. It's brutal here in the BTC ecosystem. Everything you guys have shielded has completely tanked, and I bought everything you guys said. Well, that's stupid. You shouldn't buy everything we said, but good luck to you, my friend, and keep tuning in. We appreciate you.
And I want to say one thing really quick. First
Yeah.
of all, we talked about everything in the Bitcoin ecosystem that was hot, and most everything you had an opportunity to get in and out of, right? But look across the spectrum of all of crypto. Like the AI situation right now, hurting big time. I mean, that was just like 2 months ago, right? Or a month and a half ago. So it's not just the Bitcoin ecosystem, it's the entire crypto ecosystem altogether. And so that's why I say, you know, for me, I'm staying in every day, and I'm holding on to my convictions. I'm down tons on my conviction plays, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I paid one soul to get in Francis Dune's uncensored alpha group, and let's just because I'm not like, you know, my focus is over here, right? Like, so I got in that to get some inside information on maybe what's happening with those guys, and everything they've got into, I've got wrecked in, right? So if you think it's just everybody, the Bitcoin ecosystem, you sir are just not paying attention. But Albert, we love you here, buddy. Thank you for coming in so often as you do. We really appreciate you being here, man. Coming up next is Anthony Paladino. He says, anybody get into OMB drop yesterday? So I did not get into it yesterday, but this morning I was feeling a little bullish, and I bought an actually really awesome one that I'm going to lock into a wallet that I'm going to delete from my computer and just write the words down because I don't want to sell it. I'm actually really, really comfortable with my $2,500 buy on that, because I think that could reach, I don't know, 0.6, 0.7 one day. I'm not saying it's tomorrow, but within the next 6 to 8 months, potentially.
Yep. I'm just glad that you bought something Ordinals or Bitcoin ecosystem. So that's
well, I mean, I have dog. I got some Billy Gar cat. I've been DCAing in back in at these prices, which is phenomenal. So Tim Baker said, here we go. Shout out to my guy Tim Baker, AOD art himself. Myself says, based on the history, this is around the time when Bitcoin dominance reverses. Everybody loves Bitcoin until they see multipliers altcoins can offer. Yes. See, you are probably one of the smartest people ever to enter our comments. Like, absolutely amazing. You seem to really be very knowledgeable.
He's been around for at least a cycle or two.
Yeah, for sure. You really know your shit, myself. And I love the fact that you're a part of our community, man. It really makes me happy. Anthony says, got liquidated this week. Screw the pizza guy and his extra 2% charge. I get so annoyed when they tell me that, because I'll like go and like, who the hell carries cash? I either have my phone and not even have my wallet. But if I have my wallet, it's just easier for me just to go doop with the little chippy guy. And it's just annoying that they say, okay, they'll be like $38.75. All right, cool. Oh, you're paying with card $41.66. I'm like, what? It's bullshit. Like that. But it is what it is. Itatoshi says, GM lads, my guy, we actually have a meeting with you later, my friend. We saw that on our calendar. Looking forward to that. Myself says, don't leverage trade people if you really want paper trade. Yes, 100%. Chief Axel's here like every single day. Chief Axel, you are a legendary, man. Appreciate you, man. You are awesome. Mo Chain is here. Are you making mad fees on Odin? Guys, what do you think about Odin after 3 days? We're actually going to get into that, so we'll just save that just for a few minutes. That's actually our first topic out of roll call. Mr. Souls, his dreamers. I guess he's talking about my $6 million prediction for 2030. We'll see. Only time will tell. Malam Yuri said, "Yay, you deserve it. You deserve it. I'm so happy for you." Nighthawk UXL is here. He says, "Shizzy, thanks for the quoted retweet yesterday. I gained 1 follow." I'm sorry, man. I thought I'd get you some more. He basically said,
one's better than zero.
I agree. Itsutoshi said that Starship one James posted ran okay.
Oh, Starship one. I think was that the one Butoshi posted as well? Supposedly there's like a super like cool rare one. And he's like, "Oh, you lucky bastard, whoever got this." I wonder what that's gonna go for.
Yeah, 100%. Mo Chain says, "Come to ICP, my BTC people." Yeah, so we are actually on ICP. We're actually trading on BetBTC what is it? BetBTC.win. And yeah, so actually tune in for that later. We're actually using ICP, CKBTC
I'm
to
starting to
do
get bullish.
predictions market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to get bullish on the ICP Bitcoin kind of hybrid projects they're creating an ecosystem of their own, which I think will benefit both communities. So hopefully that happens.
Yep. Mochain also said, I hold Bitcoin, ICP, Open Chat, big fan of Arweave, but 3 is enough. Yeah. Some people like to only hold 3 tokens, and that I've actually heard that multiple times. People do that. They just pick 3 winners and that's it. But I mean, you do definitely have 2 of 3. I don't really know what Open Chat is. I'm guessing it's an ICP project, but I could be wrong. But Bitcoin and ICP are definitely two good ones to hold there. Anthony Paulino said, that's a good price. Yeah, I mean, $2,500 for an OMB, especially looking at the puppets sitting at like 38. Like I was like, I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. Then our legendary guy here, Sammy Turnpike, right down the street. Shout out to Sammy. Good morning, Shizzy and Mr. Yagobi. Yes, agreed. This is a buy opportunity, and you don't have to sell your house. Just whatever you can afford. Laugh to the bank in a few months. 100%, man. Couldn't agree more. And then myself, with the last second comment, I'm just a noob who has to put in 10K plus hours in the crypto research. Yeah, I mean, 10K plus hours, man.
Woo! That's a lot.
That's a lot of hours. That's a year full of research, but you're gonna make it, man. You're definitely doing all the right things for sure.
Yeah, we might need to set up a little Telegram group with you. Myself,
yeah,
10K plus hours.
That's a lot of hours, dude.
He knows every corner of the space.
Shout out to myself. Shout out to all you guys who make roll call every single day. We appreciate you guys more than you really know. We have 155 people watching, man. And if you guys if you guys are just someone who listens, I used to be that guy. But just make sure you just pop in here, throw a comment in there, but anything, just so you make roll call each day. I love getting to say your names and kind of give you guys the respect back that you guys give us for watching the show. So it's absolutely amazing. But jumping into one of the questions and kind of one of the talking points of the show today, Odin Fun absolutely breaking records yesterday. So I don't know if you guys, I am somebody who've been kind of neglecting it. I'm not going to lie. Probably going to re-enter. But it does seem that only Bob's tokens are the ones really moving. So if you kind of go into Odin Dog, for instance, and you go down, you can actually see who the dev is, and the dev is Bob. And then same thing here. You go to something like Odin Cat. Same thing. You go down, you'll see the dev is Bob, and these seem to be the only ones really, really taking off. You do see. I don't know if I like the flashing. It kind of annoys me a little bit. I feel like I'm on like a game show when they're flashing all crazy. Damn, Bob's balls is down to 66.
I was just telling you it's really low right now. But
the dev on this one, it looks like a dev sold. Yeah, the dev sold.
Yeah, dev sold.
That's never good.
Dev sold. He's out. Dev sold Bob's balls.
Bob's balls. Dev's gone. But I'm actually looking for the next runner, right?
So maybe I like Ghost Node, and I'll tell you why. Because it's held in that number 3 spot consistently, and every time it's someone's tried to jump it, it reclaims it. And so I did hear that the dev for Ghost in the Node is somebody that's known in the ICP community. So maybe that's why and then like they're starting to maybe market to like the Chinese community. I'm not sure, but that I like that one. I will say though, to your point, there hasn't really been any other than Odin Dog and Odin Cat that have really gotten to that $1 million market cap and sustained it. But I'd love to see Ghost in the Node do it, or one of the top other ones that. So the ones that I've seen consistently stay up there are Ghost in the Node, that Satoshi one right below it. That one has been pretty strong. Sparks has been kind of in and out, but there's like a group of builders really that are a part of the Sparks community. So that's what makes me a bit bullish on it. And I think it's connected, like the people that are in the Sparks group or whatever, they're related to Be Life too, I think somehow. Gotcha. So that okay. and then I've seen Snorky, and that's really it. Everything else really has bounced all the way out, and even Snorky right now 68,000, that's pretty low. So
Yeah, so stay safe with this, guys. If you're gonna get into them, I wouldn't go far down. I would stay with Sparks unless you're gonna like, try to get a lottery ticket, which is definitely possible. Something like Snarky or something. But yeah, so I'm curious if Snarky if the dev still holds tokens. So
Yeah.
no,
Well,
the dev
they
is
talked.
out.
I think the question was talking about like, have we earned fees? I haven't earned any fees yet, right? So, and
How
I'm
do you earn
waiting.
fees?
So you earn fees
Oh,
by adding liquidity.
liquidity.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I'm waiting for them to add Dog Go to the Moon, $1 billion Cat, Pups, Magic Internet Money to the swap, because I think that here's the my honest truth, like breakdown perception and feeling of Odin.fun. I think Bob and B Life have an opportunity here. The reason why supposedly that the volume has really jumped up the past 2 to 3 days is because they started marketing this to the Chinese community that really had no idea that this even existed, right?
Yeah.
And so B Life is starting to put together this really cool ecosystem where they have B Life IDs for all the users. So I can see if they take advantage of this opportunity, them building like an ecosystem of applications, right? Like starts with Odin.fun. We know that BetBTC.win is in this kind of ICP hybrid ecosystem. They've been talking to these entities as well, and then possibly more to come along. But the biggest thing right now that Bob has an opportunity is people are excited. They're putting liquidity in here, right? But you got to get the popular tokens in here so you can add more liquidity opportunities for people to earn the Bitcoin and Rune liquidity LP token as a reward, because I think with their momentum right now they can attract liquidity providers, right? But they got to take advantage of being able to bring runes on and off in a seamless way. So I'm hoping that Bob has that like right around the corner. We'll see.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you did a great job with this, man. But definitely, highly recommend just going around mess with it. Maybe throw like $100 on there, something you're willing to lose, and just kind of getting used to it. Because like, let's just say this thing does take off. You don't want to be sitting there and just learning then. You want to educate yourself. You might even be a good idea. I trust Bob, so me depositing maybe $1,000 of Bitcoin and just letting it sit there for an opportunity might be a really good idea for myself. Because like I said, I do trust Bob, and it is all done. I'm pretty sure in a decentralized way where no one has access to my funds but me and my wallet. So yeah. So what do you think happens next with this? Do you think
Well,
big influencer comes and launches something, and then we can kind of see some more liquidity coming?
so I think the next step should be onboarding, Dog Go to the Moon,
Okay.
$1 billion Cat, and those popular ones, right? But they might be waiting because Leonidas is still kind of working with like the soul, that whole like onboarding the soul community or whatever to Dog. And I think he remember when we had him on, he said that would probably take about 2 weeks. And then
Yeah.
maybe that's the next thing that he's going to push. Because like if Leonidas is on board here and Bob and they do like with B Life and they do a joint kind of marketing thing, that would be really big, right? Because
Yeah.
and I say that because I feel like because Bob is behind this and Bob gets a lot of support for the people who are like, who's Bob? Well, Bob, we're talking about Bob Bodily. He's the founder of Odin.fun. If you are familiar with the Bitcoin ecosystem and you've been watching our show more specifically, you know who Bob is. He has been like a mentor in the BTC Startup Labs. He goes there for like judging, kind of like helping. And then also, he's really smart guy. He has an ICP Bitcoin kind of background. He's been building for this type of moment. He said for what, like almost, did he say almost 4 years or something like that?
Well, in general,
Yeah,
we
trying to figure out
yeah,
how to like utilize ICP to be kind of work with Bitcoin and all this stuff. And now they have this platform. But I don't know. I say all this because I think that's why like he's getting the support that he's getting is because he's been in our ecosystem. He's been on our show, I think 3-4 times. He's been on
yeah,
multiple podcasts. He works with BTC Frontier Fund in the BTC Startup Lab, kind of like I said, like as a mentor type of role there, and he's really smart. So we'll see if this turns into something, because I like it because it seems it's easy to use. I've used it. I don't know. How do you feel in terms of the use of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. It's as easy. It's the easiest thing I've ever used in my entire life. Like it is dumbed down pretty much. I mean, we had Bob on, and remember I made 20 transactions in like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, because of the
Like
lightning
like you don't need
purchases
to
on the
like. So you could. There's two ways to buy. You come here, you click that, and you come here and you go to buy, and then you pick the amount you want to buy. You know, very old, boring, right? But then there you can also, if you want to avoid that, just come here and just click boop, and then you just buy it. I don't think I have enough. I do have enough, so I'm just buying 20,000 sats worth. Or yeah, I don't have enough Bitcoin in this one. So yeah, if you have Bitcoin, to pop, and then you'll just get it, right? So super easy, super simple. Adding liquidity is super simple too. Let's just say you are Odin dog holder or whatever. Damn, this hollow token has a lot of liquidity. Oh, maybe not. Hold on.
Yeah, that dropped. It used to be kind of
Got it? Okay.
yeah, it used to be kind of high, but
Damn, Odin dog got almost $500,000 in liquidity. That's insane.
yeah.
That's a lot, bro.
I know it's and that's the thing is that all of these are runes. And the format is as soon as they bond, you know, they go and etch the rune. Initially, that obviously, you know, took time because they were you know, making sure that everything was stabilized. But as of right now, you know, once it bonds and gets the liquidity you know, moved to the swap, it's actually etched on Bitcoin layer 1. And all of these supplies, by the way, are 21 million. So it's kind of like pump
Yeah.
fun. All of the tokens supplies are 1 billion, and most of the moonshot supplies are 1 billion. Over here at Odin.fun, all the supplies are 21 million. If anybody's curious.
Yep, 100%. All right, let's jump to the next thing here. But we do have a couple people just hopping in. We got my guy Big Rod. Big Rod's in the building. Shout out to my guy Big Rod. Sammy says, "Hey Shizzy, Yagobi, what do you think about the Bitcoin Frog, dude? I'm looking at them at $950, and I'm just like,
they were 790 yesterday.
Man.
So we had that conversation. It's so crazy because I was like, you know, I didn't say tomorrow they're gonna jump up. I didn't say that, but in the back of my mind, I was like, man, these prices are cheap right now. But here's the thing: if Bitcoin kind of continues like this, you know, doom and gloom next week, to your point yesterday, you know, the frogs could be like 650. You know, you never know.
That's the only problem, right? Ooh, Ordinal Maxi just flew up. It looks like my purchase. I was the bottom there. Awesome. So, but yeah, so you see these at $2,800. The No Monkeys are 4,300. Puppets are 3,600, right? But you go down here, you get some really good deals on Spaced Angels, Nat Cats, and so much more. It does seem like these guys are climbing, but everything else is just kind of not so much, right? Oh, 859.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Should I buy a frog live?
Yeah, do it. Get it.
I'll buy a frog.
Let's help him. Let's help him pick one. We'll help you pick the ugliest one.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys.
I don't like these ones.
Let's see. Yeah, well, the second one with the hood's okay. I just don't like the gray ones. Really,
that one is dope. Yeah,
I like the green ones the best.
See, but you're judging them by race. I don't think we should judge them by the race. We should judge them by their character.
Wow.
See, the green ones, right? Like you shouldn't. I'm just kidding. We're just joking around, guys. But yeah, I do like the. I don't know. I do like the red ones, but again, I got to judge him by his Elvis
thing. How do you judge it by their character? Let's see. Go up here though. There was a cool. I like that. Go down one more. Yeah. I like the Hitman right there at the far right.
Oh,
that's a sick one.
If it didn't have the pink background.
Yeah, you gotta have that confidence, bro. That it don't matter. It don't matter.
I can't. I'm not a dude who can wear pink polos, bro. I'm just not that guy.
Okay, so I had a pink node monkey actually, and I remember. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I made a T-shirt of it.
Oh yeah,
but I also
sold it for a lot.
so yeah, that one I actually did. I moved that one. I did really well on that one. But the thing is that it was rare because it was pink colored. There just wasn't a lot of them, and so that they were more sought after.
Yeah, man.
Maybe you need some time.
I need some time to think. If this guy was up here, I'm somebody. I gotta buy the floor. So I've messed up so many times of just looking too deep in and then buying them for 10-20% higher than I could have get, when in reality you know, the image really didn't matter. It was just the collection itself. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes that's kind of my downfall where I spent, extra money when I didn't have to, because when I sell it, I just floor it anyway, right? It's not like I'm trying to get more for it. I mean, maybe I'll try to get a little more for it, but I've made that mistake so many times where I just don't buy the floor. I'm actually, looking at the character itself rather than just look at the floor price. So this, like, getting one of these would probably be the best bet because I'm getting the cheapest price, but who knows?
Yeah. Yo, this was the craziest thing right here. Myself says, I remember seeing Bitcoin frogs at $20 on Magic Eden early 2023. I got Doge punks instead, still holding. Well,
Oh,
so $20. Okay, guys. So it's like, I'm so glad you said this, because put this into perspective for the chat. $20 early 2023. December of 2023, I'm pretty sure they were 17 grand.
yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
when they got
yeah,
to 0.5? They
yeah.
were 17 grand, dude.
Yep.
So you went from $20, and some people bought like 50 of these at
Yeah.
20 bucks. 50 at 20 bucks, you're spending $1,000. You have 50. Let's say they sold 10 throughout the year. You had 40 at 17 grand. And they were moving at 17 grand, by the way. They weren't just like,
Yeah.
sitting there. It was hard to sell. They were moving at $17,000. So yeah, I don't mean to make you feel worse than you probably do myself about that, but hey, Doge Punks had a little run up too, so you probably did well on those.
What do you think about the wizards? I was actually thinking about grabbing a wizard because they are super. There's only 1,300 of these, and I mean these are sub 1 million, right? I mean,
Yeah,
and
no.
the
So I think
wizards.
if you look at the inscription, bro, like the lowest inscription is 70, I think, on there.
Yeah, but trying to, like, they're
Yeah,
probably.
you can't get that 70.
I'm not
But like
paying floor for that, right?
yeah, but like the highest inscription number is 142,000. So like these, I felt like they were
Yeah,
always undervalued, and maybe it was because like it's literally the same picture with like maybe three
yeah,
changes. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the case, but I think from a collector's standpoint, in the future, Ordinals become really like, big collectible type of industry. These will go for a lot. I bet you, because
yeah,
back and then they're gonna be like, dude, did you know like the wizards, they might be ugly, but the highest inscription in that whole collection is 142,000. The lowest is 70. And imagine having that number 70 at that moment.
absolutely insane. Yeah, he said he likes the floor options. Yeah, so I guess you would view the
Yeah.
offers. Yeah, 6 days. Yeah, $3,500. Yeah,
And I almost
it's
wonder if
crazy, dude.
I wonder if they
These are
get
so
kind
cheap.
of they're undervalued because they have such a big range, kind of like the honey badgers do with their inscription
Yeah,
numbers, because like they start at 70, but then they go all the way to 142 for the wizards, and then I think honey badgers start at like 80,000 and go all the way to like 1,000,000 or something like that.
yeah. They stopped for like 3 months, and then they came back and started minting
Should have
again.
they should have made two separate collections. I will die on that hill.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's a honey badger, $200
I
for a honey
mean,
badger. But you
I mean,
said
that's what
the sub
Opium did.
100K?
Opium made two
You're
different
right. They
collections.
made the
Yeah,
puppet. Yeah, that's actually.
so that's what honey badger should have did. I mean,
Yeah,
I say that because like I'm a sub 100K holder of honey badger, so it's a little frustrating that they didn't do that, because it brings the sub 100K down in value, because now you're
yeah,
correlating the sub 100K floor a little bit, at least, with the floor of the honey badgers. You know what I mean?
yep.
So I don't know.
Yo, Kai Effect, he gave the super sticker yesterday, right? We didn't
Yeah.
get to shout him out. I want to shout you out today. Thank you so much for yesterday's super sticker. Sorry, man. End of the show. Sometimes we miss it, and then as soon as we hit end stream, we're like, oh man, I forgot to say something to Kai Effect. But we appreciate you, man, so much. Thank you for always being here, man. Definitely want to shout you out when I saw you today. But what do you think about the Bitcoin machines here? Shout out to Patty Poo, the Bitcoin machine himself.
Yeah.
Would you get a machine? It's a small collection, right? 70,
Yeah, it is a
777.
smaller collection, but you gotta leave it at 777, baby. That's the whole
Yeah,
point. It's a slot
yeah,
machine, right? So what do they always say? Beat, boop, bop. That's like that's like their like call to let others
yeah,
know in case they're also holders, or like beat, boop, bop. But yeah, I think that's a really cool collection. I think it's going to be a collectible 100%, like
yeah,
down the line, and the machines holders will be happy with that. They have separate collections. They had another collection that came down. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though, right? So.
No, I agree, man. I agree. BTCD gods. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever since the vape gang, I don't think anyone gives a shit about the D gods anymore.
Not even that. They just like, I mean, like, bro, you can't, like, Frank was here in early 2023 in spaces, ordinal spaces, cool, like one of us, and then completely just bounced out. When he bounced out, like, his collection's gonna suffer. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just how it is, man.
He said the BTC virus are quite low too.
Yeah. Yeah,
what are they?
So that's a derivative of the machines. I guess a derivative. It's completely different, but they're like the virus, like looking kind of ordinals. Yeah.
Man, runestones are $169, bro. That is insane. Insane. I guess do you think if dog runs, runestones run? Because could that be a derivative? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you gotta remember Odin cat and Odin dog. That could be very similar to what dog and whatever this is.
Sorry, yeah, so if dog gets past $1 billion, I am in the camp that's like it hasn't hit $1 billion yet. I know some people say maybe on like I don't know, Mexi it showed it or something, but like on Magic Eden it hasn't. It got damn close, like almost like 980 million, something like that. But I do expect it to cross $1 billion market cap, and once it gets momentum, and let's say it's at like 1.5 or something, I think runestones are going to be like rocking because people are going to anticipate the next airdrop. I think Leo needs to really play those cards carefully, especially if we're not in this full blown everybody's making money market. If everybody's making money in where we are, then that's okay. Like you can dog will probably be at 2 billion at that point or higher. And you can drop the second token. But for all the work that he's done to get dog, stabilized, and then getting to, if we're not in this kind of everybody has a lot of money market, then he's got to be careful of when he drops that next token. Because like dog needs to really be strong, stable, that type of situation.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, 100%. But $169 and just maybe stashing it and just forgetting about it might be a few $1,000s one day, right?
Maybe. Collectible wise, I don't know. How many are there? There's a lot, right?
There's like 77,000, or something crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's 120,000, something like that.
Yeah. Which the market cap at one point was nuts on those.
Yeah, it was insane. It was one of the biggest collections ever up there with CryptoPunks.
That market cap is wild, and people kind of sometimes are like, oh, runes didn't really hit like it was supposed to in terms of like an ecosystem market cap. Well, probably because there was like hundreds of millions, $1 billion market cap in pre-runes, right? And so that people don't think about that enough, So now that the pre-runes have been kind of down, just in the back of the room for a long time. Maybe I expect this next run up for runes to really have its kind of soul moment in solo moment of just benefiting from it. We'll see though.
For sure. Izatoshi says when the next token, if Leo drops in a hyped market, it could run again. Yeah, that's true, dude. Like, I mean, dude,
hyped
one
market
of those runestones. Let's just say dog's at 2 billion, right? And he's like, we're dropping it now. Dogs on OKX, dogs on. It's going to take a lot easier time to get Leo's next token on exchanges than it did dog, right? It could be like a week or two later, right?
Yeah.
Like it really could. And
that, I mean, I would expect market. I would expect market cap to come out of dog a little bit though. Just because people are the people that trade are good. The ones that are like consistent. And so they'll rotate their profits out of dog to get into that early and then rotate back maybe. I'm not sure, but
100%. I'm hitting these comments. We have a couple more things to get into, and then we got to get into Wager Wednesday. But Anthony Pagliano, I'm so sorry for always calling you that. Anthony Pagliano said, how will Runestone airdrop work? So he's basically just going to do a snapshot. If you hold a runestone in your wallet at the snapshot date, which he won't tell anybody when it is, obviously, you will get your wallet will be put on an airdrop list. He'll probably use something like Ordinal Spot or something like that. That'll airdrop you the new rune that he will mint out himself and send it to you. He said, how many do I need? You just one runestone will get you one of the airdrops. Obviously, the more runestones you have, the more of the airdrop you get. Each Toach said 100%. Myself said, how high do you think runestones can go on an announcement of the next airdrop? They think 8, 9. No, maybe like.
No, he said I think they went up to 8,000-9,000 for the
Oh,
dog.
okay.
Yeah.
This one, it depends how
Depends on
high
the
dog
market,
is.
and it
Yeah,
depends on
right.
the market, right? Like obviously, like they're not going to do anything in these kind of conditions, but
No
in a
way.
hyped market, let's say like everything restabilized. Let's say we're September of this year, and the alts are starting to move up aggressively, and the world has gotten
Yeah.
past this like new administration of the United States. I think that's a factor that people aren't talking about, man. Like the world still needs to like just get used to it. And maybe by then, maybe there's peace with the war and all these factors that are more like, okay, we're gonna have this, crypto like blow off the top Q4. I think at that point, yeah, I think they could, right? That's if dog is like crushing it, because that is the expectation, anyways, right? Like for even the ordinals that are like blue chipped and stuff like that, like in that time period. But we would have to be in really favorable market conditions for it to even match what it did the first time.
Yeah. Well, the market doesn't like uncertainty, right? The less uncertainty in the market, the more investors feel comfortable about risk. The more they feel comfortable about risk, the further they go out on the risk curve, which means our ecosystem, right? We need them, they're pretty far out. We need them to like pass GameStop to get here, right? Because we're that far out on the risk curve. But that happens, and that happens often. And we only need 1% of TradFi to come in to our markets, meaning the Bitcoin ecosystem, for this whole ecosystem to absolutely explode again. So, and that's something I do see in the future. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
And Kook actually has been pushing that narrative as well, right? So I'm not the biggest fan of Kook, but at the end of the day, he's somebody who makes a lot of money in these markets, and he understands markets. So.
He can move. He can move some markets a little, a bit. But like, yeah, that was a little surprising. I saw that tweet as well about Bitcoin ecosystem assets.
Yeah, yeah. So the other coin that we love is Bells, right? Non-KYC just they basically just loaded up on the Ordi of Bells, which is Nuke. To wallet ready when Nuke. So shout out to non-KYC. They're really pushing the Bells narrative over there, adding Nuke. That's really cool, and I think that's really positive for Bells. We just can't let Nuke pass Bells. Bells needs a little bit of a resurgence here. How's Bells doing today?
Some TLC. I think it's at like 8. Well, last time I checked, it was at like 18 cents. Guys, this is another thing. Like, it's like every corner of the crypto industry is getting wrecked sauced. So it's not just your token or coin. 16 cents. Yeah. So $9.5 million market cap.
Oh. Wow, dude, that chart is not good.
Yeah,
it still hasn't. Like we need some sideways. Take a look at this real quick. Like we need, like, this is just falling knife. We need some sideways.
What time frame is that? The daily?
This is the daily, dude.
Yeah.
We need like 10 days of sideways.
So zoom out real quick. I want to see when the time was when everybody started to get on board with it.
So this is MXC. So
gotcha. So
I could probably go to another one, but this is what I thought, bro. I was like, oh.
You're like, all season's coming out. All season's coming out.
I was wrong. I was wrong. When was this? So it was probably this day. So it was January 7th. I did this this line here, saying it was going back to $1.40, but yet I was wrong, guys. That's why you have to just rely on yourself, guys. I'm not always going to be right. I am right a lot, but not always.
So Doge is at 20 cents, right? I remember it was as high as like 50 something, 52, maybe even higher. I think was it? Maybe it was higher. Anyways,
Dog's all-time high is 77 cents.
Doge.
It didn't get anywhere near. I'm sorry. Doge's all-time high is 77 cents. It didn't get anywhere near that.
So about 50, I think it got to. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, and then you go down here, like XRP is holding up those weirdos. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to exit out of that. Okay. Yeah. So XRP is holding up. but like Ethereum, obviously everybody knows that it's been getting obliterated. Solana's been getting obliterated due to consensus kind of sentiment, right? That was an interesting situation that happened where all of crypto Twitter was like, Solana's bad. Also, they have a big unlock coming up March 1st. So people are probably trying to
That's Saturday.
People are trying to get out of it. I think it's if you Google it, it'll tell you right away. Anyways, what else here is down? I mean, Cardano was like at $1 or something. It's at 66 cents. Everything is, and these, by the way, like these are like Cardano, Solana, Doge. These are majors. These are blue chip majors that I'm talking about. So when you talk about bells, you're talking about what once was like maybe like a mid cap, because I think it was like right underneath $100 million, but it definitely dropped to a micro cap very, very quickly. And it's newer, right? So you got to think about that. Like if it's new and it came out this last year, other than the one-off, which is Hyperliquid, because they put their own like revenue fees into stabilizing their token, which I think is a genius move. Everything else has gotten like obliterated and torched. So don't feel like horrible because your portfolio looks bloody, extremely bloody, because most people's does.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Let's move on to Fluid real quickly. So you guys are running out of time. I'm actually probably gonna do some more of mine because let me see. Hold on. Where was it? I just had it. Yeah, here it is. So you guys have about 6 hours and 25 minutes to stake your dog. So right now, actually give us a refresh because the amount of dog might stake. So right now it's about 25% APY. So let's just say you have 1,000. Let's just say you have $1 million dog. You're gonna get a free 250,000 dog, which is like, $1 million dog right now is like $2,500. You're gonna get a free like $250 just from staking till May, right? So obviously, the more you have, the more of it, the more you get. So it's up to you guys if you have a lot, but you're running out of time here. I'm hoping to get this to 50 million. I think we do. But yeah, 6 hours and 25 minutes left before this pauses or stops. And then when you are ready, you just got to go to your stake and see. I have 400,000. I have staked, and the max you can do per wallet is 500,000. So if I want to do more, I have to do it in another wallet, which I might do. And I also have my Fluid passes as well staked. I have 20 of these staked, so which is cool because there was like 450 of those. So I'll get a nice chunk of the FLDT rune when that happens. So I'm looking forward to both of these unlocks. And I like this because I can just forget about it. There's nothing I can do, even if I wanted to. I just pop it in, forget about it, and then come back to a nice juicy reward. And who knows? By that time, dog could 10x. And I mean, right now that's only 2 billion. I think that's easy for dog. But yeah,
perfect timing, right, for the unlock. May, I think it is May, which 26th, is yeah. So that's the Bitcoin conference, right? Like we gotta be thriving during the Bitcoin conference, hopefully.
100%. So I found this tweet from Taproot Swap. They said every time you transfer or mint tokens using Taproot Inscriber, you earn 1 point. No more time limits per feature. So they're actually earning points there. I didn't know that. I like points. I like Taproot Swap. I want the Taproot Swap token. I could give a rat's ass for the Tap token, but for some reason, I just think the Taproot Swap token could actually do really well. The Tap token market cap's just too high for my liking. But something like Taproot Swap, I think you might get at like a couple $1 million market cap and really ride it up to 30, 40 million.
Yeah, plus we don't know what the unlocks are going to be for the Tap token, or if there even is unlocks, or like there's a lot of people that probably had it. We just don't know about everybody that's part of it and all the tokenomics. I mean, it's out there, but you get what I'm saying. So like in terms of like Taproot Swap, if they end up like getting support, like let's say they support the Runes protocol and people are adding liquidity there and stuff like that, that's where it can be bullish because now it's actually earning fees and you're getting more volume. And maybe they do that for Runes, BRC20 and Tap tokens just to kind of open up their user base, right? So we'll see. But the points thing is smart. I'm glad that they're doing that.
100%. Yeah, for sure. This last thing here, Unisat, Wallet Explorer, an extension for Bitcoin. You asked, we delivered. I don't think anyone asked for this, but Unisat now supports inscribed BRC20s and runes in one transaction. Why would someone need to do this, Yagobi? Why is Unisat wasting their time and manpower on something like this?
I don't know.
I love that response because
I
that's
mean,
exactly what I read it. Like Block posted it, and I'm just like, do we really need this?
unless there's like um a project that's launching both token standards that allows you to do one-to-one, but that's a lot of work, I would imagine, like what they're going to end up doing, right? I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can maybe break it down, and maybe I feel like there's something we're missing.
Yeah, there
Maybe
gotta
something
be.
that they didn't explain it well in this post. Who asked is the question, because like there has to be some sort of, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? But all right, guys, it is Wednesday, which means it is Wager Wednesday. Every Wednesday we go over one of our partners, which is the Bet BTC. Guys, go check them out. It's betbtc.win. These guys are building for Bitcoin. They're building for ICP, and potentially down the line they might be building for another another place as well that I'm not going to say because I'm not sure if it's allowed to be announced yet. But these guys are actually going to be very big and very easy to get to. So it's gonna be fun. But let's check them out. You guys have to run over to betbtc.win, and they do have some new features that is always dropping here. So let me check this out. I am signed into my wallet.
I think they have a new ICP section or something, right?
Yes, sir. Let's dive right into that. So this is the ICP section. So I know we have a bunch of ICP guys over here. So these are the bets here, and I'm going to make them live. So will AI-powered self-writing internet enable anyone to build and update fully on-chain sovereign apps on the internet? I'm just going to say yes because this guy looks smart. Like I don't really know if that'll ever happen, but I'll put $1 on it. Let's go to the next one. Will ICP, and it's done. That's the best part about using ICP on the back end and Bitcoin on the front end because I'm using my Xverse wallet and just swiping it through. So you can we'll show you how to deposit in a second if you're interested in this. But will ICP be the top L1 blockchain for new developers in 2025? What do you think? Do you think they'll be for devs?
I need to look into it a bit more.
So
but
Polkadot is number 1.
Yeah. Are they?
And then ICP is
active?
number 2.
Active though?
Devs. Yeah.
What are they building over there?
No
one's using anything.
So Polkadot has like 56 chains.
But no one uses? Or are they like being utilized like as like some sort of back-end processing type of?
Dude, I don't know. I stopped my research over there for a long time.
So are you getting this data from like that where it shows like the kind of pools of developers in different like?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So Ethereum has to be number 2 then, right?
ICP is actually number 2.
What?
Ooh. Yeah, I know. Let me find the chart. It might have changed, but last time I checked it, ICP was like 2. So I'm gonna say yes. I think ICP potentially beats up. That's just crazy. Isn't it wild? Like, unless it's just so hard to do things. Wow, they got that a lot faster. Okay. Will ICP be the top L1 blockchain for total developers in 2025? Screw it. Let's go. Yes. Why not? Throw $1 on it. All right. So yeah, that's how easy it is to make bets, guys. They have a whole bunch of different bets too. If you go to all, they got a lot more than just ICP bets here. They got what types of BTC linked financial products will be available in 2025. You guys can yield products, derivatives, kind of bet on that. How will Bitcoin be used international trade by the end of the year? How will? Yeah, so you can. A whole bunch of stuff here, guys. Check this out. BetBTC.win. This is my favorite here. Will Bitcoin reach a price of 13 million by the end of 2045? This to me is easy. Yes, it's an easy yes for me. 2045, dude. I think it's going to be like 100 million by that point.
2045, that's a long time from now.
I mean, that's a whole bunch of cycles, bro.
Yeah.
So 6 million next cycle, and then 60 million a cycle after that. So all right. And then they do have a new feature called 24-hour markets. They actually haven't even announced this yet, so I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but they're going to probably be announcing this week, but just keep an ear out for that. It's really cool. Every day there's going to be a new bet, and you guys can actually take advantage of that. But what other things did they have for the docket for us?
So yeah, I mean, some of the other stuff is, waiting to be rolled out in terms of messaging. So we'll wait on that. But the 24-hour markets, right? So didn't we learn like it has something to do with like the previous card or the next card or something?
Yeah. So yesterday I messed up. There was a card here, and I was just like long and short, and I didn't know the number. So here, will the price be higher or lower tomorrow than it is today? So it starts in 6 hours. So in 6 hours, will the price be higher this and lower? I'm gonna say up, and I'm actually gonna take a bigger bet here. I'm gonna go $5. Well, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come back here.
Go back up there and scroll,
and then I'll just slide it.
So basically, you're betting that tomorrow is going to be higher than 86,400.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then this will be here tomorrow, and I can make the bet again. So I can long and short just using this. It's freaking phenomenal, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, but okay. So there's like a time, probably like, so it's a 24-hour clock. So at that 24 hours is up that you made that bet, that's where the Oracle goes and grabs the price, right?
Yep, whatever that price is in 6 hours and 16 minutes.
That's so crazy.
So well, hey, imagine sitting there. You have like 1 minute left. You have $1,000 sitting there. You're like, come on. You know what I mean? Like it could be crazy, dude. It could be crazy.
That's true.
But this one is a 30 hour, so 6 hour runs out. This one starts, and so on and so on and so on. So every day.
Gotcha.
So
awesome. That's awesome.
And let's just say you have Bitcoin in your wallet like I do, and you're interested in adding funds here. It's actually super easy. You just go to your wallet after you create an account. We do have a video where you guys can go. It's on our pages. Actually, it might be here as well for the tutorial. Yeah, I think it used to be here. Oh, here it is, demo. So this actually takes you to our video. So you click that, and then I'll actually take you to our YouTube channel, and it'll walk you through how to set up a wallet. It's super, super easy. And my connection is probably super slow. I got all these damn windows open right now. But yeah, so it'll take you to this video of these great guys at Ordinal Revolution. Phenomenal guys. Make sure you guys sub to this channel. These guys are absolutely awesome, and every view means so much to them. So definitely check that out there. And but yeah, so if you guys did want to add money, all you have to do is come here. Let's just say you wanted to add, a couple update balance. I just minute 0003. So yeah, so that was like that easy. So you guys, and my balance has already reflected that. So absolutely awesome, guys. Check it out. Check everything out here at Bet BTC. So
yep, excited.
I actually want to check out the leaderboard real quick too.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that they got a lot of features, guys, that are coming. The 24-hour bets, that's just one little thing. The other stuff is gonna be super exciting. One thing I think we can say is that, like, you guys should start researching BeLife. Go research BeLife. This is one of the things that can be a big part of the Bitcoin ecosystem, guys. It's those guys over there, their experience from last cycle in the Ethereum ecosystem, and they're connecting a lot of these builders together and users through an ID system. So just research that. We're going to try to get their team on one of our live streams just to kind of break things down for you guys. But I would say just research that, because it has something to do with ICP, Bitcoin, and Odin and all that stuff. But we'll see what happens here in the next month or so.
Yeah, man. But shout out to my guy PJNZ in that #1 spot, followed by Webdro and then Shizzy. You guys are beating me. You're whooping my ass. I mean, he doubled me pretty much. Shout out to PJNZ. Shout out to Webdro. You guys are the most competitive two people I've ever met in my entire life. Man.
They want that airdrop, bro. But
so guys, just make an account, right? And I'm not gonna say anything, but if you have multiple wallets and you have multiple accounts, that's multiple airdrops, right? So you guys can do that. Keep signing up, or you can just add some money and make some bets like we have and get the airdrop that way as well. So if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of money, you just got to do is play the game, right? So farming is a strategy and it helps everybody. So definitely check that out. But seriously, just open an account up and you guys are good to go.
Yep. And one thing I forgot about their updates is thank you, WebDro. WebDro's the man. He said great that they added support for depositing CKBTC
Yeah.
directly. So the synthetic version of Bitcoin on the ICP network, you can deposit that directly to their platform as well if you'd like, and it's lightning fast. So that is going to be there. I believe eventually you're going to be able to use your Phantom wallet for Sol. A lot of features coming, guys. So that's one thing I will say. Even though we've been beat up to hell in the alt markets, the builders are building and they are going to be ready for when the time is right, guys. So, just stick with us because our job is to educate you on the builders and the platforms and products that are upcoming.
100%. Yep. And I think that is our show for today. Yep, that's everything. But shout out to you guys, man. It was fun. I like we got to do that more, where we just like pull up, a market and we just kind of talk to the chat. That's actually fun. It was great talking to you guys. Absolutely amazing. And 195 people in here right now. Thank you, every single one of you guys. But please, guys, subscribe. We apparently don't say it enough, but we have to start because we need those likes. Please smash it on the way out. It really helps us. I think maybe.
Yes, it definitely helps us. So, tell your mama, tell your brother, your cousin, everybody to subscribe, hit the likes for us. But yeah, chill show today. Like I said, most everybody's in Denver for ETH Denver, and I know there's a lot of Bitcoin side events over there as well. Hope you guys are having fun. But if you could check out our partners, we greatly appreciate that. Emblem Vault is the interoperability tool for the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to jump your ordinal assets like your Puppets, Node Monks, and what was it, honey badgers, even if you want, over to abstract chain, to Merlin, Bitcoin layer 2, to multiple other EVM chains, as well as Solana eventually, and whatever chains are hot. So that's gonna be super exciting. Also, they have their AI Bitcoin wallet agent Hustle that you're gonna be able to prompt to be able to vault the ordinals for you, right? To do that tedious part for you, as well as make Bitcoin purchases once that is ready. And they also have their rune, the Emblem Vault keys that you can learn all that about at emblem.vision. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets on their marketplace. All you need is an X-Verse wallet, some Bitcoin, and 6 Bitcoin blocks, and you can start placing bets right away, unless you use the CKBTC, which is instantaneous, I believe. But there's going to be other deposit options as well, as I mentioned, with the Phantom wallet and stuff like that. But 24-hour markets got rolled out. They're going to have Bet with Friends, which is going to be super unique to their platform, as well as create your own markets, which you're going to be able to earn up to 1.5% of the total volume of the bets placed on your markets. That's going to be super exciting. You can learn more at betbtc.win. And then BitPerp, the perps and leverage decks of the Bitcoin ecosystem, they're going to be launching on a Bitcoin layer 2 very, very soon, but they're live right now for their paper trading, competition and platform right now. If you go to bitperp.io, you can start plugging right away and start, taking some positions there. It's good to utilize a paper trading environment to learn and, just to feel comfortable before you go into anything live, because, leverage and, perps dexes are, there's a risk to them. So you want to make sure that you're ready and you feel comfortable before you do that. But they're going to offer the ability for you guys to place positions long and short on Bitcoin, fungible tokens like Doggo to the Moon, Ordi, tokens like that, as well as tokens outside of the ecosystem, like the Trump token or Pepe, stuff that you guys are familiar with. You can learn all about that at bitperp.io. And Fluid tokens, as Shizzy said, the time is running out for staking Dog in their Dog Season 2 staking vault. So if you're interested, make sure you go check it out at fluidtokens.com. But these guys are doing massive things. They are building interoperability tools between Cardano and Bitcoin with Aquarium, as well as the bridge between both of those chains as well. They never seem to surprise me. They do amazing things, and I'm super excited to see what else they roll out. You can learn more at fluidtokens.com, and you can click on the Bitcoin logo to learn more about what they're building over here. And then Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder on Bitcoin layer 1 and you want your protocol to be a bit more flexible and quick, you can reach out to Merlin Chain's team and apply for the Merlin Chain Builders Grant. It's possible to get approved, as a couple of our partners got into that program. If you're a retail user and you want to trade for Dog Go to the Moon, they have a liquidity pool on Merlin Swap for that. You can utilize your Merlin tokens or wrap Bitcoin to swap for Dog Go to the Moon. Just visit merlinswap.org to do so. And to learn more about Merlin Chain, you can go to merlinchain.io. And don't forget about our integrated partners, Foxy, building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and the first-person shooter game called Clan Wars. And there's another kind of option, more of the Battle Royale version called Bitverse as well. We live streamed it yesterday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We apologize we weren't able to do Clan Wars, but we did do the Battle Royale part, which everybody can participate in at any time, actually. And that was a lot of fun. Every Tuesday, we will live stream, though, the Clan Wars at 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you are participating in that. It's very fun. And there will be prizes if you can get more kills than Aaron, which is the co-founder. It's going to be very hard, though. And Ordinal Hive, the last part over here, the integrated partners, they are an aggregator DEX and marketplace for Ordinals. You're going to be able to find the cheapest Ordinals around on Bitcoin layer 1 and layer 2 at Ordinal Hive. And we thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Real quick, we've got some bad news just rolled in. President Trump announces 25% tariffs on market. And if you look at the Bitcoin chart, wrecked, back down in the 85 range. Not good at all. We can probably drop another 1,000 here. I mean, just dropped 9 minutes ago.
Just another thou.
Brand new news here. So not good at all. So, but that's our show, guys. And if you guys wouldn't mind checking out Ordinal Revolution.
He's like, I want to send you guys out with like crapping on y'all before I leave. No, just kidding.
Well, I wanted to report it, right? So that's what we do here. We report the news as it happens. But please check out ordinalrevolution.com. Well, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and code up to where we are today. Brand new article just dropped. If you haven't read it yet, definitely hop into that. Really great job by Yagobi for these articles, man. Absolutely amazing. And if you guys need a VPN, you really shouldn't be going through the internet and stuff without a VPN. You don't want your IP hanging out. I don't want to see that. You don't want that to happen. That actually could lead people to your address. Let's just say somebody sees that you have Bitcoin, right, and you're buying it. They can actually go through your VPN and go through your IP and get your address, guys. But with a VPN, it actually shows a different IP, so they will never be able to get to you. Definitely get a VPN if you don't have one. There is free ones out there. You don't need Nord, but if you are willing to pay $3 a month, definitely use our link here, 70% off coupon. If you guys are going to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be nuts. You don't want to miss it. But also, don't pay in May. You're going to be paying way higher prices. It's all about supply and demand. And right now, there's a lot more supply and demand because people do wait. Don't be one of those people. Get them today. It's like $1,400 for an industry pass. That's going to go to like $3,500 in May. Get them as soon as possible. You can pay in Bitcoin. It's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it, I promise. If you guys need merch for that event or any event, or just like lounge around the house in some awesome Ordinals crypto merch, we have some of the best stuff in all of crypto through our Shopify. Check everything out here. It's all done through a third party. We just supply these amazing logos and everything else. But you need a frog hat, panda shirt, node monkey shirt, Billy Cat. And then we have so much more as well. Just kind of go to our shirts, hoodies, and hoodies are my favorite. It's hoodie season in Philly for me. And this is the hoodie I'm rocking right now. Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. Definitely check out everything we have here. And yeah, it's our show, guys. We are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot, everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal revolution, ayy. Ordinal revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.